Hello, and welcome back to another video by EUC NYC Guy. How you doing, folks? Welcome back. Today I want to cover my controversial views on love. What on earth? How can you have a controversial view on love? And controversial to who? And how do you resolve it? How do you reconcile a controversial view that doesn't go in accordance with the societal norms and the perspective of the people around you? If you don't fit in, surely you're the different guy and you should reconsider your views, right? Well, the love I'm talking about is the love, romantic love, of course. And why is my view controversial? Well, let me tell you what my view is first, and then you can decide for yourself. Maybe you won't be in complete disagreement with me. Okay, so what do we teach our kids, first of all? What do we tell our kids about dating and marriage and starting a family, and what's up with all that? I mean, is there a controversial view? Is there a right answer and a wrong answer? Is it just essentially freedom to do what and anything that pleases you? I mean, where are the standards? Where are the boundaries? Where are the code of ethics? Where are the normal practices? Well, I live in New York City. I've spent pretty much my whole life in New York City, with the exception of a few years here and there where I've ventured out, explored the world, traveled, and even though I'm from New York City, I mean, that doesn't say much. New York City is a big melting pot with a very diverse array of people and views. So I could be from New York City and still, have maybe not completely libertarian views. So I know New York is a very liberal place, very diverse, huge melting pot, and really the freedom of expression reigns supreme when it comes to New York, Los Angeles. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of the most liberal places in the world. Probably Paris, London, UK, and so on. So how do you hold on to conservative values and views if you live in an environment where it's kind of a free-for-all? Well, what are my views on love? So let's start with the basics. What do you teach your kids? Because that's kind of where it all starts. I think starting around 3rd or 4th grade, any child, boy or girl, might start to have a crush on someone or enjoy playing or running around or seeing someone from the opposite gender or whatever the case may be in that. What would you teach them about that? Is it just, hey, ask them out on a date and start dating for 10 or 15 years until you find the one and then get married? I don't really ascribe to that. My thing would be, if you're a young man or a young lady, let's say from the ages of 5 to about the age of, 18, maybe 20, your relationship with the opposite gender should be a relationship that is respectful, that where plenty of boundaries exist based on what it's okay to say, and definitely what it's okay to do. And those boundaries, in my opinion, should essentially be those boundaries of conservative, respectful ideals. So you wouldn't really dirty talk or date or hold hands or kiss or anything of the sort with a person that you quote-unquote have a crush on or are interested in romantically. You don't ask them out. All you can really do is enjoy their company platonically. Even if within yourself you feel a certain longing or yearning romantically, it is your duty, you must contain that. That's right. Don't be inappropriate. Don't cross the line. If anything, you can be kind, you can do platonic favors, anything anything relating to being helpful. I think these are the ways to make romantic gestures without violating boundaries, without crossing the lines. And if you do finally ultimately reach, I think laughing, joking, working on school assignments, communicating in class, discussing ideas in politics, anything that falls within the realms of that, I think are great ways to get to know members of the opposite gender or people you might be interested in, or develop a relationship where you're only talking in the open, you're out in the open in public, you're not making any physical contact, and maybe not necessarily too much eye contact or just being alone. I mean, I think that starts to get to the later stages where you're starting to make your intentions clear and you're interested in the person, and your intentions are clearly marked that you are looking to start a family, you're looking to get married, you're looking to take it to the next level. But before I even get to that part, from ages young all the way up through, like I said, adulthood, early adulthood, 18, 20, 21, basically around the time you're in college and are about to graduate from college, only then should you really approach a woman, or if you're a woman and you're going to approach a guy, then you should then inquire, for example, about a phone number or the phone number of a near relative, preferentially the dad or anyone who may be the guardian or the caretaker of that person, and let them know straight up that you are interested in getting to know each other for the purpose of marriage and starting a family. Or, starting a family doesn't mean you have to have kids right away, but starting a family, uniting under contract, under the law, but also under witnesses. The law can be subjective and it varies from country to country, but essentially you're uniting openly and with witnesses from both part of the family and committing to each other, committing monogamously to each other in trust, respect, and faith for essentially the rest of time. And if you do that, I think you're doing the best job of marking your intentions and displaying high-level ethical courtesy if you play it like that. And and if that's the case, then kudos to you. It really shows commitment. It shows a lack of, hedonism, where you're just looking for pleasure at the moment and not really concerned with what happens forward. And there's a lot of ways I can justify this as far as principles and resulting outcomes and things like that. For example, heartbreak for a young lady. If you're a father, you don't want to see your daughter ever heartbroken or get into a relationship and then have that relationship fall apart, which it almost certainly will, especially in young ages. Nobody knows what they want, really. And if you allow relationships to go into murky territory, it just becomes very high risk and very little reward. And essentially, school takes a hit, emotional balance takes a hit, all of that takes a hit, and expenses take a hit. If you're a young man and you're dating, growing up over the years, you move in with someone or any of that, there's a lot of finances involved. And essentially what you're doing is, I think you're selling yourself short. You're cutting yourself off from some great opportunities to start a life with someone you truly care about, are truly compatible with from a young age, that you can grow together with, experience life together with, team up with, and really just enjoy all the great things that life has to offer in a very, very wholesome and respectable way, in my opinion. When I say respectable, I know it's subjective. Everyone has things that are respectable. Doesn't mean I disrespect any other form, but I'm just doing a pros and cons mentally here, and this is what I found life to be, where it's at its best. So commitment and so on. And if you're a person who finds a change of heart and agreeing or anything like that, it's never too late to adjust your manner of practice and your attitude and your behavior. I say, hey, go for it. Do what you think is right. Do what you think is the way, even if it doesn't necessarily agree with every day in the past that you've been living, and moving forward, it can be the days that you are living up to. Folks, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think. What's your aspiration when it comes to love? What is your point of view when it comes to this topic? I know it can be controversial, it can be icky, it can be weird, but at the end of the day, we all have our values, we all have our sentiments, and I'm curious to hear yours. Thanks for listening to mine, and I'll see all of you on the next one. Have a great day, and goodbye.